I can't think of anyone off the top of my head more involved in public affairs and helping out the tzibur than Rabbi Gladstein. He gave a famous speech. Famous it is because of how inspiring it was on Shiva Asar B'Tammuz a couple years ago. And it went something like this. There were 5 tragedies that happened on the 17th of Tammuz. Number 1, Moshe Rabbeinu came down from Har Sinai. He saw the Jews dancing around the Egel HaZohav, and he spiked the luchos down, smashing them into smithereens. Tragedy number 1. Tragedy number 2, the Korban Tamid, the one consistent sacrifice that we have every single day in the Beis HaMikdash, no matter what, came to an end. Batal HaTamid, the Korban Tamid, ceased to be brought. Next, the walls were finally breached. Although the tragedy was somewhat underway, on the 17th of Tammuz, the walls actually became breached. Fourth, a Sefer Torah was burned b'far Hesia in public in front of everyone. A simply macabre and horrific tragedy. And lastly, Menashe, King Menashe, put an idol inside the Beis HaMikdash. Rabbi Gladstein wondered, is there any connection between these 5 tragedies? Is it just a coincidence that these specific tragedies happened? Is there any correlation between them? Are they in any sort of order? The famous Achron and commentator on many of the Mesechus and Shas, the famed Aruch Laner, has a sefer on Chumash called the Minchas Ani. In there, he addresses this problem. Coincidence, the Aruch Laner says? I think not. These 5 tragedies, the Torah, more specifically the Mishnah, are revealing to us the slow downfall of the assimilating Jew. The Churban of assimilation and the Beis HaMikdash begins with Moshe Rabbeinu smashing the luchos and ends with a complete disconnect to Hashem and the Beis HaMikdash in totality by placing an idol in the Heichal. Explains the Aruch Laner the steady decline and surprisingly rapid decline as the following. First, Moshe Rabbeinu smashed the luchos. What that means is that we give up on our Torah study to some extent. It's just an extra hour, or it's not that important, it's not practical, this Torah study. And so it begins. Number 2, the Tamid, the Korban Tamid that is halted. Basic mitzvos are forgotten about. It's okay, I can daven mincha at the office. Thirdly, the walls are breached. Some of the basic guidelines of tznius begin to fall apart, letting in anything into our Jewish shtub. The fourth, a burnt Torah scroll b'far Hesia, horrible Chilul Hashem, and lastly, we lose it all with an idol smack in the middle of the Beis HaMikdash. Continues Rabbi Gladstein, you want to remain strong. Do you want to stave off the assimilation? Do you want to fight Hashem's battle and become great in your Torah and rebuild the Beis HaMikdash brick by brick? Scrupulous and strong-willed in your Torah study. Torah connects us to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, and remaining strong in our Torah study stops assimilation before it even begins.